Hello, it's Friendly Cowboy. I am talking to you from my new phone. But anyway, I wanted to tell y'all something, and it's starting to make me mad about certain things that I see, and and it has to do with just people in general and our, how to put it, our non-traditional news organizations. There you go. Like Fox and CNN and CNBC and all those different things. Remember back in the olden days when you had 3 channels? Now I'm talking back in the 70s, early 70s, part of the 80s, before cable really came out, at least in my part of the world, in Oklahoma, Blair, Oklahoma. We had 3 channels, 7, 5, and 3. And if you got a UHF antenna, you were able to pick up more stations. Well, back then they just read the news, told you what happened, didn't put their opinion on it, they're biased on it. Now it seems like every time an interview or interviewer asks the president a question, it's not really a question. It's really like when they're talking about him leaving office. And why ask that? You know, are you gonna make it hard to leave the office? What the fuck? Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but what kind of question is that? That's not even a reliable question. And if I was president, I would just say, you know what? And walk away. And not answer them. Because it's a stupid question. It's like somebody asking you if you're racist or not. And every day, like, are you a racist? No, I'm not a racist. And even if that person was a racist, he's never going to say he's a racist. Unless he's wearing a hood and carrying a Ku Klux Klan Bible or whatever they carry, a little staff in his robe. You probably would think that he was racist then. Or, you know, a Nazi wearing a swastika. You would probably think he was racist then. Or, back in the day, there was another racist group most people don't talk about as Black Panthers. And they were racist against white people. Now, I don't know if they were racist against all white people, but they were racist against white people. And then there's a variation. They always say, well, not all white people. What do you mean not all white people? It seems like it's all they're talking about. The only people that ever voted for Trump were stupid and dumb and didn't know what they were doing and never graduated high school. So they called 53 million Americans. 53, 54, I don't remember how many. It was close to that. There's 3 million less than Hillary. Which, guess what she won the 3 million votes by? In California. Just 3 million votes in California. Have a population of what? 46 million? That's there. Now probably only about, what did you say, 20 million voted out of there? Maybe 20 million? No, not even 20 million, probably about 10. Out of that population. And he lost by 3 million. The rest of the votes, that's how it went. It's that he won a lot more states than everybody else. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just talking about all the... Do you denounce this? Do you denounce that? Do you say no to this? Do you say no to that? We want to get you on record. And I think one time, I bet you, he got tired of it, when they asked, do you denounce white supremacy and stuff like that? And he said it time and time again, over and over again. I guess they want you to exactly say, yes, I denounce white supremacy, and then that's all they want you to fucking say. They leave that question open for a whole shitload of things, because white supremacy encompasses a lot of different groups. So I'm guessing he'll have to go one by one through those groups and denounce each one that they find or could find that is considered white supremacy. And be on record saying, I denounce this group. Instead of just labeling it all across white supremacy or, just any form of racism or bigotry. Racism, bigotry. Anyway, what I'm saying is they asked the general, would they use the military to get rid of Trump out of the office? And do you truly think that our president, and it doesn't matter which president, is going to give any trouble to leaving the office? You really think that? You're throwing that out there because, what, you want to promote a image of Trump never leaving, wanting to be a dictator, wanting to say he's going to rule for the rest of the world? I'll tell you what, if our government is so stupid to allow this kind of talking about our government, the media is a piece of shit right now. All they and Fox News is just as bad to an extent. I mean, they're not as hateful as CNBC and CNN and all the other news, CBS this morning. They're not as hateful as them, but they do have their issues too when it comes to certain things. And it annoys me to think that we, the American people, me, my cousins, people you know, family you know, do you think for 1 minute we're going to let this government have a dictatorship? There's more guns in America than most countries have guns. And that's just a civilian population. Do you truly think that as a civilian we will put up with a government that is considered a tyrannical government? You truly think the American people would put up with that? If we saw something going on that we didn't think was right, the problem is you got to let it, if it were to happen, you got to let it happen. You cannot foresee into somebody's heart. You cannot foresee into what somebody might do. You have to, that's why cops can't arrest people that are killers or druggies or whatever before they do it. Because there could be a change in their mind. There could be a change in what they do to keep them from doing it. It's like the Minority Report, stupid movie. They started arresting people before they committed a crime, supposedly. I'm so tired of hearing the news talking about if he's going to leave office or if not going to leave office. This, that, and other thing. If you're racist, if you're not racist, if you denounce this group or if you denounce that group, or do you believe in Black Lives Matter, or do you believe in All Lives Matter, or do you believe in Blue Lives Matter? Why can't you believe in it all? And I know that the American people, if you're anything like me, I know that I probably read too much up on news too much, and I probably and I read. I rarely ever watch videos about news, just clips every once in a while. But especially when they say, "Oh, the president said this," and I have to go back and look at the clip of what the president's saying and go, "Well, he'd kind of say that," or "No, he didn't say that whatsoever." I don't know what they're doing trying to get him to say that he said that, but he didn't say that. And all the little things, all the little tiny things, like the press woman for Trump, what is her name? can't think of her name. Gives press release every morning for Trump. Morning briefing, whatever it is. And she's caught them people time and time again saying the same thing over and over again, and he's saying, and them saying, no, that's what I'm saying. She goes, no, you didn't read the rest of the quote, did you? Well, yeah, we did. It's right here. Okay, we'll read it. Well, no. Well, yes, read it. Read the quote. I'll read the quote. How about I read the quote? She reads the quote, and he goes, he answers your question right there. What part of that do you not understand? Just because you take out one sentence out of the quote? But they do that to everybody. There's people that do that to everybody also. They only hear what they want to hear. They don't hear the fucking rest. I know. I'm upset. Whatever. I get non-upset. Most of the time. Anyway, so I want to say that I know that people have their own agenda. We, the American people, will not put up with this. And if you think we're that stupid, then all you people in the news game, reporting game, are that stupid. You're the most ridiculous people we've ever seen in our lifetime now. It's starting to become a joke. It's starting to become a joke, and it's starting to become a nuisance with us. In fact, pretty soon, we're going to stop watching y'all. The only reason you're going to be on TV is because you're rich and you can pay for your television. Once you go back to reading the effing news, and let's make our own decisions. Don't try to put in this or that or another and have a specialist or a psychologist or a doctor or whatever to come on TV and tell the American people what they should be doing. Because there's another doctor, another specialist that will tell us the total different opposite. So stop. Stop trying to cause problems. Stop saying that America is a racist country when you know goddamn well it's not. I don't know, a little flash came up on my desk. Maybe I'm not supposed to cuss. Anyway, Brenda Cowboy. I know I'm just somewhat angry about certain shit, and I understand that people have money to make or whatever, but quit making it up by lying. Constantly lying. And it's not a little lie. They're big lies. Terrible ones. Ones that cost people lives. For the whole time, you never once said a thing. During the news about the riots, in those certain cities. You said they were peaceful protests. Never once reported. Now, Fox News reported the riots, but they specifically reported the riots. But there were some there was a lot of peaceful protesters there. Those rioters are Antifa. And you know goddamn well Antifa is a subversive group. And they are getting bigger. That's going to be another story I'm going to do on. I don't know why I'm looking over here. There's going to be another story I'm going to do on Antifa, so stay tuned for that. Now, get your act together. Let the American people, that's who owns this world, owns the United States, is the American people. Not you. The American people. People like me. People like my stepsisters. People like my cousins, nephews. People like our friends. We're the ones that own this country. And I'll be god danged if anybody tries to control us to the point where they think they have the problem, they have the power. Because they will no longer have the power. Trust me. Friendly Cowboy, I'm out.